Hello everyone, my name is Abby Bliss White and welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be playing with the new foundation that dropped from Victoria Beckham. This is by Augustinus Bader. This includes his proprietary skincare in these expensive foundation drops. I did pick up two different shades in the drops. I'm going to tell you which ones ended up working for my skin. If you are my skin twin, and I'm going to be using the whole complexion trio, including the Cell Rejuvenating Illuminator, the concealer pen, which I already love, and then I just pulled out some of my favorite products from Victoria Beckham to create a full face of Victoria Beckham beauty. So if you are interested in hearing my thoughts on the foundation drop as well as seeing how I created this look, then let's go ahead and get started. Okay, I'm a little bit excited because I have the new Victoria Beckham, the foundation drops. I have literally been waiting for years for her to come out with a foundation. I absolutely love Victoria Beckham products, and today we are going to do a full face of Victoria Beckham beauty. I do have two shades in the foundation drops. I have been playing with these and wearing them, and then I watched a video of her using the shade 5. So just if you are my skin twin, I started with the shade number light 4, and then I saw her using 5, and I thought that 4 was a pretty darn good match, but then I saw her using shade 5 and I thought, let me just pick this up. We can try out the different shades, see which one is going to be our perfect skin match. I figured let me be the guinea pig because this is not a cheap foundation. This is $110. It is infused with the Augustinus Bader skincare. Pretty much her whole line is infused with his proprietary TFC8. That is the main ingredient in Augustinus Bader skin care, and this is described as the new gold standard in skin first foundation. This is a breathable serum, light coverage, and buildable foundation with a buildable natural feel finish. This minimalist formula melts effortlessly into the skin, instantly perfecting, while proprietary skin actives improve your complexion over time. Now, I absolutely love the Cell Rejuvenating. They used to call it the priming moisturizer, and so I went ahead and picked up a new one because Victoria said that they had reformulated this, and it is now called the Cell Rejuvenating Illuminator, and I went ahead and picked this up in the shade Pearl. I really like the shade Gold as well, and then they had a Rose Gold. I was having a hard time picking which one to use, but then I watched her video and she was using Pearl along with the shade number 5, and I was like, well, I want to be like her. So we're gonna go ahead and pretend that we are Victoria Beckham today, and I am just going to use this as a little bit of primer. It feels so good, and it gives you that lit from within look on your skin. So I really liked the old version, but thought I would go ahead and pick up the new version. I'm a little bit worried that I'm gonna have to get the rose gold as well as the golden if I love this. And this just gives you a nice hydrating base upon which to add your complexion drops. And again, I have two different shades to show you today. I have been wearing and loving the light number 4. So let's go ahead, and I did the little skin quiz and then it said 4. Now these are very liquidy, and to be honest, I think this is a pretty darn good match, but I had that like overthinking period where I thought, ooh, maybe I should get number 5. So let me show you the difference right here. So this one is number 4 right here. And then this is number 5. And I know this looks a little bit dark right on my hand, but we'll do a little swatch on my skin and see which one works the best. One could be my winter shade and the other could be my summer shade, or I could mix them. So first of all, I'm going to do a little swatch, and this is the shade number 4. And then we'll put number 5 right next to it. I'm thinking that 5 is a little too dark. I'm going to put a little bit of that right here on my skin. So that is 5. Now again, the formula is sheer, and so I feel like you can get away with, you know, some shades because it's kind of sheer, but this is definitely showing a little bit dark. And then I will, let me put the 4 kind of right over here just so you can see. I feel like 4 just melts right into my skin, and that the 5 is a little dark here. So kind of giving me a little bit of a tan look. So let me take that off real quick and we will use shade number 4. And I'm going to come in, and I have just been using these drops with my fingertips, and I actually find that they have a little bit more coverage than you would think, and I love the feel of it. So the way that Victoria did it was she actually like did little dots on her skin. She makes everything look amazing. You do want to shake the drops up so they get mixed in quite well. And I have just been loving using my fingertips with these drops, and it just blends pretty seamlessly into my skin. Okay, here is what this foundation looks like. It feels like nothing on the skin. It provides like a little bit of a healthy glow. Now that could be me using this product as well, kind of that lit from within look. I just wanted to do the whole Victoria Beckham complexion trio. I have the concealer from her as well. I'm in the shade L1 in that, but I do have to tell you, I have been wearing these drops for about a week, pretty much non-stop, and I really like this foundation. What it does is it sinks into the skin a little bit. It gives you a blur. It gives you a healthy glow. It feels, again, like nothing on your skin. And I have really been liking this for my dry, mature skin. It just feels fabulous. I feel like it gives me this blurring effect. It makes my skin look really healthy, kind of nourished. And I think for me too, one of the things that she had mentioned is that she doesn't like the feel of like heavy foundations or things that feel like makeup on your face. And that's what I would say. If anything, it feels more like a tinted serum on my skin. I was surprised it had a little bit more coverage than I was expecting. When you think of kind of the foundation drops such as Westman Atelier's complexion drops, one thing I would say is those feel like sort of heavy on my skin, like you could almost feel like the oil in it, whereas this does not. It feels like a lighter serum on the skin, and it just gives me that sort of evening blurring effect on the skin. And then if I want more coverage, I come into the concealer, and this is that wonderful pen. And then what I will do is I will go in with this pen, and note to self, I've got a little bumps over here because I opted to use a scrub, even though I know my skin doesn't like those, but every once in a while I'm like, oh, it'll be fine. I'm somebody who needs to use a liquid exfoliant, but sometimes it's just satisfying to use a little scrub. So you'll see right over here, I've got some little dots from doing that, and I know better. I don't know. Every once in a while you think, oh, your skin's gonna tolerate things, and guess what? It still does not. So I am just coming in with the concealer, and I'm in the shade L1. And I think if you have the concealer, they also will kind of help match. So I did use the quiz, and it did say number 4. I don't know what possessed me to get 5. I think it was just because I wanted to be Victoria Beckham. Who doesn't want to be her? She's so beautiful and chic. So I am going in just a little bit here, and what I can tell you, this wears beautifully throughout the day. So it feels super hydrating, kind of plushy, nourishing on the skin here. I'm using the complete trio. I'm using the Cell Rejuvenating Illuminator. I love the idea of the skincare that is infused in here. So this is sort of like feel good. I don't feel like, ooh, you're putting a bunch of makeup on your face, but I love the healthy glow that I'm getting. And then what I thought we would do is go ahead and do a full face of Victoria Beckham Beauty. Okay, first I'm going to use her contour stylus in Marble, and we are going to put a little bit of warmth into the skin here, and I'm just gonna do a little bit of contouring here, coming down right here, shorten the nose and underneath my chin here. Now I have not ordered any of her brushes yet. So if you have, let me know. Are they amazing? Do I need to pick them up? I am just simply blending this into my skin, kind of creating a little bit of warmth and a little bit of contour on my skin here. Right here, and then I am going to brighten up my complexion with the her new color wash. I bought this in Flushed, and I actually really like this product because it gives you like a little natural glow. Don't worry, we will dab that into the skin, but it is infused with like, I think, coconut water, and it just feels super hydrating on my skin here. So I am going to go ahead and just kind of give myself a little flush here. See, it gives me just like a natural little glow. Okay, glowy little complexion here, and we definitely need to put some eyeballs on. I'm taking one of her EyeWear. This one's in caramel, and I just really like an easy eye, and I'm just going to come in with this caramel shade. And what I like to do is just come on a little thicker on the mobile lid, and then I will blend this out. It's just a really versatile caramel, I want to say bronzy tone that I absolutely love. Okay, then we're going to do a little double dipping with a few of my favorite Satin Kajal eyeliners. This is going to be Cinnamon, which is like one of my ultimate favorites. And then I love Navy Noir to pop the eyes. So I'm first going to just come in with a little bit of cinnamon on the upper lash line, just a little bit more intensity right there. And running just a little bit of that on the bottom lash line as well. And the best part about her Satin Kajals are they are supposed to give you that sort of lived-in look. So you could totally leave it right here and not do the blue, but I'm just going to kind of give myself that smudgy, smoky eye look that Victoria looks so good in. And yes, I know I'm not her. And I'm substantially older as well. And then I'm going to come in and I'm just going to tight line with this blue. This just tends to kind of brighten my eye up, gives a little bit of impact. And I just love it. So I'm just kind of doing that one on the upper lash line here. Now, once these Satin Kajal liners set, then they are going to stay all day long, but in general, you have a little bit of time to play. And I, at first, was like, oh my gosh, these are sort of messy. I'm not sure if I like them. And then I sort of got the whole effect that these are, you know, going to give you that kind of smoky, lived-in look. And now I just love them. I have like pretty much, I want to say, so many of them. I absolutely love. I think I may have most of the colors, but my personal favorites are Cinnamon. I love that one. I love Navy Noir. That's another favorite. Olive is so pretty. It's just such a good green color because it's got a little upliftness to us, and instead of like a mossy khaki, I find it to be very brightening for the eye. And then I'm using her Vast Lash, and I love this mascara 100% better than her other one. A lot of it has to do with the brush, but the other one sort of had a thin wand. I may have just thought it was like too natural looking, where I am somebody who needs mascara and a little oomph on my eyes. And so I've really been liking this Vast Lash. Okay, we have eyes on, and then I did pick up her Baby Blade. This is her eyebrow pencil, and I ended up picking this up in taupe. And yes, my eyebrows are dark, but I tend to just like to fill them in a little bit and not too intensely, since my hair is highlighted. So taupe is like the perfect tone because it fills in my brows, but it doesn't look too intense. I just like more of a natural brow on myself. So it's usually just sort of the tail end that is thinning out. So I just tend to like to even them out. And I'm really glad I picked this up because as many of you know, I'm not great with brows, but this is like really fine. It's a nice little way. I feel like it's filling my lashes in really well without being too intense. So, once I fill them in, I kind of go through and brush them again just to make them look a little bit more natural. So really glad I finally picked this up. Okay, then I am going to use my bronzing brick, which I love, and I am going to kind of use this as a finishing powder as well as bronzer. So I just dip into both sides here, and then I am going to just bronze up the skin just like that, and then I will just kind of brush that all over the face, so it gives me a little bit of a healthy glow as well. But that's like the only powder product that I have using my Victoria Beckham Beauty. Okay, then for lips, I absolutely love the Posh Balms. Like, these are my be all end all. And with this look, I'm debating between Cassis, which I know looks dark in the tube, but it's sort of like the Clinique Black Honey. Really pretty, but I absolutely love Cannelle. And that is sort of a tan. It's such an interesting color. I know it looks like brown in the tube, but it is such a good nude. It's got a little bit of a extra oomph in it. It is a sheer tan apricot color, and then I am going to pop on just a little of the Reflect. This is like, if you want glass skin, this is what you're gonna use. It is so beautiful, and I love this on my lips as well. So I've already got a glow going on, but we're gonna go ahead, put a little bit of this on just because we are playing with all of my favorite Victoria Beckham items. I'm going to put a little bit of that Reflect actually up in my brow bone, and trying to give myself a little lift here. But basically we have a full face of Victoria Beckham Beauty on, and I do really love the complexion drops. Again, I have been wearing this for about a week or so non-stop. If you're like myself, you like a sheer tint, you don't want, you know, heavy coverage on your face, especially as I'm getting older. I feel like less is more on the foundation front. I definitely need a tint of some sort to, you know, blur my imperfections. But if I wear a heavier foundation, I personally feel like it ages me. Like, I can see it kind of coming into my wrinkles, and I just don't feel like it looks as radiant or youthful as I would like. So I have been absolutely loving these. These wear really well throughout the day. I actually feel like my skin looks better at the end of the day than it does right now. So it is one of those foundations that you can actually kind of feel the skin care in it, meaning it doesn't wear like makeup or anything like that. It's not something that I am like, I can't wait to wash my face off at the end of the day. I do actually think that if I wore this consistently over time, I could get some skincare benefits. Now, because I am a YouTuber, I'm not always wearing the same exact makeup every single day. Like, I'm not gonna wear this foundation every single day for filming purposes and such, but I have been reaching for this since I got it. I've just been kind of reignited with all of my favorites from Victoria Beckham. I'm a big fan of pretty much most of her products. So if you are my skin twin, number 4 is going to be our shade. As usual, I love to hear from you. Did you pick up these Victoria Beckham foundation drops? What are your thoughts? And yes, this is an expensive foundation. We are also paying, for Victoria Beckham beauty, but also for the Bader skincare that is infused with these foundation drops. So this is something that you could kind of think about. Are you buying this, as a tinted moisturizer? But so far, I'm actually loving the foundation drops. Let me know below what your thoughts are. Thank you so much for watching, and I will be back with another video soon.